Hey you guys, I'm back with another book review, and this book is called If I'm Crystal, Then Who Are You? And it is by Crystal London. Now, I reviewed a book by her about 2 weeks ago, depending on when you guys see this video, and that was a book of poetry. Now, this book, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know whether to categorize this as poetry. It's not it's not urban fiction, and it's not poetry. It's something in between, where it's a story that's being told kind of hypothetically to an extent. I'm going to describe it the best way that I can, because it's kind of one of those books where you just have to read it to understand. But pretty much what was happening was the main author, Crystal, was the only author, Crystal, she basically was describing times in her life when she went through stuff, and when she was having dreams where one version of herself was seeing another version of herself, and it had her kind of really questioning and pondering why she made some of the decisions that she made in the past, and why she allowed certain things to happen that occurred in the past. There was a scene too where it was one of the versions of her was in the bed in a hospital, and it honestly was just a lot of kind of internal thought and pondering on why did I allow myself to go through certain things. But at the same time, it was so it's kind of like a Christian book too, a kind of Christian inspirational book too, where even though she was saying why did I allow myself to go through these things, she was sitting here saying too God brought me out of this, and if it wasn't for God, in prayers, that she doesn't really know where she would have ended up. So it was a different kind of read. Again, I'm not a huge, I hate to even say it this way, I'm not a huge Christian anymore. So I really don't get into Christian books as well, where I just don't. If the characters or something are going to church here and there, whatever, I don't have a problem with that. But when it's just kind of God and Jesus in your face every 2 pages, I'm just kind of all right, I kind of want to get to the gist of what you're talking about. But at the same time, if this is a book where, if you're a person where you do like Christian inspirational stuff, or you feel it's motivating you throughout the pages to go back to church, or start reading your Bible again, or start doing this or that, this would be the book for you. I personally, I don't know. I'm not really at that stage in life anymore. So that's not really where I'm at right now. But it wasn't a bad book. It just, the wording. It was the wording that kind of got me, because I kind of was just I liked the concept of the book. I liked the concept of reflecting between two people. What made it confusing for me, when it was while I was watching this version of Crystal, I wonder what the other Crystal would have done. And I'm just at this point, who is the other? It just, I don't know. I don't know. It just kind of was oh my God. It was a little confusing at some points. Because I don't know. It's you're trying to keep track, and it's unless you're sitting down and trying to read that book in one sitting, you might have a hard time remembering specifically which versions of this one person we're referring to, because all of the versions still have the name Crystal, or they're other Crystal or something like that. So it's not I don't know. This book, it was okay. It wasn't one of my favorite books, but that's just me personally. That doesn't make it a bad book though. But I definitely would say if I could do a 3.5 star, because I don't know. I think you would have to be really deeply invested in the book, and the message about God that the book was trying to exemplify, in order to really enjoy it the best. And since I currently am not really a full-fledged Christian the way I used to be, I really couldn't get into it as much as I wish I could have. So check out the other book that I had reviewed by this author. It was a book of poetry. I'm trying to remember the name of the book. It was called Ben in Your Shoes by Crystal London. Now, I did like that book of poetry. That was short, sweet. Even though it was Christian, it was inspirational. So it was cute. I had liked it. The thing about this cover is this book cover creeped me the hell out. You guys are obviously looking at it now, but it creeped me the hell out. So You guys tell me if you plan on reading the book. I know that book is not on Kindle Unlimited. Neither of these books were on Kindle Unlimited, so you would have to buy the book. I want to say this book that I'm reviewing now, it was $1.99, around $2 or so it's not horrible. So you guys, I'm not going to say y'all could definitely afford it, but y'all could definitely afford it. So I will talk to you guys later.